Mastering Inner Strength, 5 Stories, 5 Lessons, 1 Stoic Path. Welcome. Today we blend the ancient with the modern, turning timeless stories into everyday power plays. Our guiding star is Stoicism, a philosophy of discipline, resilience, and clear thinking that has steered leaders across millennia. Ready to learn how you can turn daily trials into triumphs? Let's dive. Chapter 1: The Calm Within the Storm. In the heat of the Roman Empire, Emperor Marcus Aurelius faced wars, plague, and political intrigue. Yet his journal, later known as Meditations, reveals a prince who turned inner turmoil into calm purpose. Each night before sleep he wrote, "I must act in accordance with my nature, with what is just and good." Modern insight. When the world feels chaotic, Stoicism teaches that our only true control is our mind's response. By observing our emotions as fleeting thoughts, we can choose rational action rather than reaction. Practical example: start a 5-minute pause each day. When a stressful email lands, step back. Count to 5, breathe, ask, "Is this something I can solve or simply react to?" This simple pause flips a reflex into a calm, intentional act. Conclusion: the emperor did not change the battlefield, he changed how he viewed it. You, too, can shift from victim to strategist in the face of any storm. Call to action. If you found that pause useful, hit like, share with a friend who could use calm, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's lesson. Reflective question. When you feel a flood of emotions, what is one sentence you can repeat to ground yourself in stoic quiet? Chapter 2: The Farmer's Perseverance. A Chinese farmer once owned a horse that one winter ran away. When neighbors lamented, the farmer simply said, "Maybe." Weeks later, the horse returned, joined by a herd. The neighbors praised the farmer's fortune. Later, a war broke out. The farmer's son was conscripted, but he was deemed unfit for service because of his sturdy arms, so he stayed home to tend to the fields. The farmer remarked, "Maybe." Those who took the horse fought and died. The lesson: unfavorable outcomes can become the backdrop for unseen blessings. Stoicism stresses that events are out of our control, our reaction shapes our destiny. Applying today, when a project stalls, ask who else has benefited. Perhaps the delay creates an opportunity to learn a new skill, improve a process, or strengthen teamwork. Reframe setbacks as hidden gifts. Conclusion: this farmer was never surprised by fate, he accepted it, and his acceptance turned mishaps into prosperity. Call to action. Like if you've survived a curveball, share your story in the comments, and subscribe to keep the wisdom flowing. Reflective question. What recent setback could you view as a hidden opportunity if you let go of the outcome? Chapter 3: The Elephant's Memory. In ancient Egypt, a temple scribe once faced a flood that threatened the city's sacred texts. Rather than panic, the scribe remembered the Nile's slow, steady rise each spring, a pattern of renewal. He organized workers to secure scrolls. Then, when the waters receded, he cataloged them with new order. Stoics celebrate pattern recognition. Marcus Aurelius said, "Understand the world's order. Life follows a natural law." Application. When overwhelmed by tasks, identify the underlying rhythm. Mornings bring creativity, afternoons call for analysis. Align your schedule to these rhythms. Write instead of email before noon, brainstorm after. Conclusion. Like the scribe who saw the Nile's long arc, we can see beyond the immediate threat to a larger pattern that informs action. Call to action. Tap like if you find patterns in your daily chaos, share the insight, and subscribe for more. Reflective question. What recurring pattern in your life can you harness to move from reaction to action? Chapter 4: The Ship That Stood Its Course. During the late 4th century, the legendary Greek ship Argonauts embarked on a perilous quest to find the Golden Fleece. Before departure, they anchored at a small island where a hermit cautioned them that the seas were deceitful, but urged them to keep the ship's compass fixed on the horizon. Epictetus taught, "It isn't what happens to you, but how you respond." Even when storms threatened to overturn their course, the crew clung to the compass, and the ship finally reached its destination. Modern trick: set a North Star goal, a fixed vision that anchors your steps. When turbulence arises, you can reset back to that star. Use a physical placeholder, such as a keychain on a string or a note at your desk. Conclusion. The Argonauts held steady, and their story reminds us that a clear direction makes storms less frightening. Call to action. Hit like if you've stuck to your focus, share a story of steady determination, and subscribe for the next chapter. Reflective question. If a storm breaks out in your life, what is one compass point you will keep in sight? Chapter 5, The Mountain Within Us. A Native American medicine wheel story speaks of a humble boy who climbed a distant mountain to retrieve a legendary stone that could heal heartache. On his way, he felt discouraged by steep cliffs and cold gales. The quiet mountain whispered, "Strength lies not in speed but in endurance." The boy pressed on, each step a testament to persistence. Stoic wisdom echoes this: the obstacle is the path. Seneca encouraged seeing difficulties as opportunities to strengthen will. Quick practice: whenever a goal feels daunting, break it into micro-mountain steps, one decision, one action, one small win. Celebrate each foothold. It turns a giant climb into a series of attainable moments. Conclusion: the boy understood that mastery comes from climbing one stone at a time, not by leaping over the mountain. Call to action: if you've reached a small foothold, like, comment, and subscribe to keep climbing together. Reflective question: for your current mountain, what is the most basic foothold you can take today? Philosophy Spotlight: Stoicism in Modern Life. Stoicism, the Greek philosophy practiced by emperors, generals, and philosophers, can be summed up in 3 pillars: self-control, rational thinking, and purposeful action. Historical anchor: Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, philosopher king, and author of Meditations. He embodied Stoic stoicism by facing war, plague, and personal loss while maintaining an inner calm that guided his rulership. 3 lessons for today. 1. Control what you can. The Stoics' first law asserts that we own only our thoughts and actions. In practice, this means stopping the urge to blame external events and instead focusing on how you will react. It empowers us to turn uncertainty into opportunity. 2. Embrace the present moment. Stoics reject distraction by external fame or wealth. They advise living in the now, which aligns with modern productivity hacks like focus windows or deep work sessions, time blocks in which all other thoughts are set aside. 3. Define your eudaimonia. For Stoics, virtue is flourishing. That means having a clear sense of purpose and living in a way that is consistent with personal values. Today, set a mission statement that guides career choices, relationships, and personal growth. Connecting to the theme, each chapter's story demonstrates how individuals transformed external chaos into internal mastery, precisely the Stoic path. The parables teach that resilience is not the absence of crisis, but the presence of a disciplined heart. Why Stoicism still matters. In our hyper-connected world filled with instant notifications and external pressures, Stoicism offers a timeless framework to preserve serenity. By training our minds to view events as indifferent, we reduce anxiety and increase effectiveness. Call to action: feeling inspired? Like, share, and subscribe to receive more Stoic tools for daily life. Final reflection: as you ponder the 5 stories, ask yourself, which one resonates most with my daily struggle, and what Stoic practice can I embed right now to grow stronger? Thank you for joining this journey of ancient insight and modern action. Let your inner calm become your compass, and may every storm lift your resolve.